welcome. Come on in, tell a friend, all black everything. We back again. Thinkers plight, big dreams, many streams. Let's go. Chapter 2, chapter 5. Television or tell lies to your vision. Your choice, your decision. We're just gonna keep it going right where we left off. I do not own the rights to this music. Peace to the king. Childish Gambino. You know how we do it. Like and share, subscribe, and put your thumbs up like hitchhiking. Let's go. And it continues, says the media eraser. What about adult brainwashing? How do they get us, the big people? One of the all-time favorite Spanish television shows, Cuéntame qué pasó. Tell me what happened. The show premiered on Spain's public television on 13th of September 2001. The story begins in April 1968 and paints a day-to-day portrait of Franco's Spain through the adventures of a middle-class Alcantara of the 1960s and the 1970s and into a modern democracy. So far, so good. However, does this show focus on real horrors of the period? The drugs, the destruction, the collapse of social values, the changing paradigm of society? Not at all. Instead, we are treated to a daily diet of superficial boy loves girl thing, with television parents never succumbing to stress and cliche family quarrels. Franco's death and subsequent changes are treated with a kind of degrading moralism. Quantame Capasso is what's called controlled flashbacks for the baby boomers, quote, to what they would know to to what they would now like to think the 1960s were like. By doing so, the producers have put you in touch with the most infantile and banal emotions and made you feel nostalgic for them. The hidden message in these difficult times, one has best cherished, one had best cherished, cling to memories and values of one's infantile past. Think of television as a big eraser, wiping away your real memories of the past, the reality of the way things really were, end quote. The two superimpose the twisted and distorted view of that reality through appeal, not to your mind, but to your infantile emotions. The idea of rewriting history through the use of media is not new, but this is the first time that it is being done while the people who lived the history are still very much alive. The world of advertising. Television is the most effective way to brainwash you, but it is not the only way. Madison Avenue in New York, the epicenter of advertising, has also contributed their fair share, and by extension, the cult of celebrity would play a role in disseminating what Tavistock wanted you to believe. In the 1920s, Edward Bernays took peacetime propaganda and renamed it public relations. Public relations created the consumer society, which was said to be the cherry on the icing of the free market capitalism cake, with the introduction of celebrity endorsements and product placements. PR consolidated the theories of mass psychology and schemes of corporate and political persuasion upon the average person's belief by appealing above the mind directly to emotions and instincts. See how they get you feeling good, all nostalgic. Get out of here, man. Better start thinking when it's necessary, which is always. For more than 55 years now, people have been watching ads which, through the clever use of music and images, have attempted to manipulate subconscious drives and instincts to sell products. Most run less than a minute but contain numerous images and quite often a catchy jingle. The formula is simple. If you are a young person in Western culture, advertising means your information needs about growing up and living life. If you analyze it, there is virtually no difference between a non reasoning emotional appeal to watching television shows and watching television advertising. Both sell a point of view, no lectures, no lessons, no right or wrong way. It simply expresses through the life experiences of others what life is or can be like for the target demographic. It's reality works as hyped as such and manipulated. One point of view could easily be nostalgia. Nostalgia, as Quante Me Que Paso, is an interesting thing, acting as a common past that binds those of a particular time or generation. When used correctly, nostalgia can be very handy in manipulating people. Advertisers discovered this a long time ago, which may be one reason certain fashions and trends from the past 3 decades have made a comeback in the last 10 years. For what appears in the advertising today, creative, resourceful, and unscrupulous people constantly try to discover what others value most, then look for some way to attach their product to the stars. By their very nature, no products can help us attain the ideals that are visually promised, such as family togetherness, personal power, self-esteem, sociability, security, sex appeal, and a clear orientation in an ever more confusing world. And we're gonna end it right there. Keep it like that. Short and sweet. Information experts, Tavistock Institute, tell lies to your vision chapter. Hi. That's all we got left, y'all. That's all we got left. That right there. Mm-hmm. Television, tell lies to your vision. Coming right back. All black everything, thinkers flight. Big dreams and many streams. Let's go. Peace and love, y'all. Mm-hmm.